Listen, let me tell you about my dream real quickly. It's HHN 2020.
Okay.
And I thought, it's going to be a good dream. But in my dream, the HHN, because of the quarantine, was on a budget. So it was
the
all...
HHN was on a budget.
The Horror Nights... The
Horror Nights.
The HHN 2020 was on a budget.
Okay, 2020.
So it was all original concepts, but they were just reusing things that they have already had.
What do you mean?
So the only maze I remember that we're going through is like a clown-based maze.
Okay.
But then for some of the clowns, they were reusing the costume for the guy. The guy.
Hollywood Harry?
No, the guy from.
I don't know. I wasn't in your dream.
No, the maze last year that we had. The actor, he
Killer
passed
Clowns.
away.
No.
No.
That is.
Sid Haig.
Yeah.
But what did he play?
He played in House of a Thousand Corpses.
No, but who did he? What was his character?
Oh God.
Exactly
Saw
right.
that movie once.
Anyways, it was his form. It was that was the costume that was all around it, but it was like a clown-based maze.
Okay.
And it was awful, and that's it.
Okay.
And there's in the Terror Tram was
so there was a Terror
was Wizard of Oz.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, it was Wizard of Oz, but it was like all these different fables with it too.
Like a.
But it was like a scavenger hunt.
Ooh, kind of like Scary Tales.
And that's it.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
What kind of drugs are you on?
I don't know, dude. I think it's the whole paint that's from my
all the fumes.
bookshelves.
He's dehydrated
They're
at
going,
EDC.
I am dehydrated at EDC. But yeah, that was my dream, and I hope that doesn't become a reality.
All right. Are we all ready?
Yes.
Hold on. I'm ready.
Hello and welcome to the Picky Brain Podcast from the Demented Minds of TLEV. I'm Thomas.
Oh, I'm Mr. E.
I'm Josue.
And oh boy, we got some fun topics.
Zooey mama.
Oh boy, it's hot today.
Yes.
It is summer vibes.
It is scorching.
That's why if you'll hear in the background we've got
There's
the
an
AC
AC
going
unit
because there's
going.
no way we're turning it off for an hour long podcast.
If you're watching the video format of this, you can see I have shorts on. I apologize for my knees.
There you go.
Today.
Well, yeah, but you've had shorts on before. This is the first time the podcast was.
First time
shorts
I'm
on.
wearing shorts.
Mm-hmm.
It's just too hot.
just-
I'm
skater
already
boy
taking
now,
a
dude.
sip. It's already too
What do you
much.
mean?
I have no shoes on. I am a nasty boy today.
Don't show all the QTs what you got. All right.
So yeah,
Ain't
brand
showing my
new
toes.
OnlyFans where we sell Mr. E's feet pics. Let us know if
Yeah.
that's a thing.
There we go.
I only let a few people in because I charge big money.
Shout out Mar.
Oh my God.
All right, so I think that I should just for the sake of it, I'm gonna do just a quick apology. So in our last TLEV Media video, which was our vlog, there was a moment where we're showing off the set, and then I showed La Catrina next to Chip. And trying to go with my train of thought where I was like, see, this represents TLEV, showing the horror aspects and also showing all of the media aspects. I said La Catrina was cultural horror, but it is not horror. Dia de los Muertos is not a horror event. It's a celebration. There's nothing scary. There's nothing horrific about it. And so I know that I've offended a couple of people.
There you go.
So I just wanted to, say to those that I may have offended with that I am sorry, and I will make sure to be more proper and be more careful with my word
Yeah, but can't you say Halloween's also a celebration?
There is one scary thing about Dia de los Muertos.
What?
That is all the pounds you gain from eating all the foods.
Oh, God, that's horrible.
So technically you weren't wrong.
Okay.
There is something scary about Dia de los Muertos. All right, and I can say this.
Yes, you sure.
From experience, all right? I know holidays in a Hispanic family, all right? It's like there's like 14 dinners,
Mm-hmm.
all right? It's crazy. I'm used to dinner after dinner, which I know, y'all, if y'all, a dinner after dinner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that.
But on holiday season, there's dinner, then there's after dinner, then there's after dinner, then there's when it hits midnight, we celebrate by eating again. So
that sounds nice. Yeah,
That sounds like fun, actually.
that does. Yeah.
you'd think. You'd think.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Someone's at the door.
No one's at the door. It's just the ghost.
Oh, there's a ghost.
Someone hammering stuff
All right.
outside.
Well, I was hammering earlier.
But okay. I want to start off with something.
All right, what do you want to start off with?
Memes.
I watched Hereditary.
Yes.
Yeah.
I watched it twice.
You watched it
It's good,
twice.
right?
I've never been so scared of a movie in my entire life.
Mhm.
This is the only horror movie that almost made me tear up and cry of fear.
Wow. Oh wow.
Literally.
Which I honestly, if I do say, and I know probably people are gonna fight me on this, I don't consider it a horror film. I consider it a psychological thriller.
Yeah.
Because that movie messes you up.
Dude, it hurts.
I think I would put that in the same category as Midsummer then.
It
Midsommar-
really
No.
hurts your
You think
mental.
Midsummer's more horror?
I think Hereditary is a lot scarier than Midsommar.
I still
Midsommar,
haven't
I'm
seen
sorry.
that
no,
yet,
but like
but-
you wouldn't say it's a horror film, right? Or would you say
Midsommar?
Midsummer's a horror film?
I would say Midsommar is a horror film.
Okay.
I think that the themes in Midsommar are more horror-esque
Okay.
than Hereditary, where it's just really messing with your mind.
Okay.
There's a lot of foreshadowing in Hereditary.
Mhm.
It's such a big thing. One I think one tick for me is like there's some things that are very predictable,
Okay.
but I think that's also because I'm a movie genius now. No, I'm just kidding. No, because I was
Seen
dude,
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
I was
just like 50
honestly
times and
calling
now he's ready.
things like before it happened.
Hey, shout out Pay
Like,
Mom.
are you gonna see it?
I mean, I've seen highlights of it.
What? Okay, what do you know?
Everything. I don't know
Spoiler alerts. Just
Okay,
if you
alright.
guys haven't
So
seen
we're
it,
ta-
spoiler alerts.
full
Question.
conversation.
Before we start this full conversation, question: did you watch it twice just to see all the naked people in the background?
No,
Oh.
I watched it. I watched it twice because
See,
I
now that
watched
didn't
it
know that.
at night with my girlfriend,
Uh-huh.
and then watched it the
Brag
next day
alert
with
over
her
here.
parents
Wow.
Yeah,
in
no,
the morning.
I saw the picture.
And
I
it,
saw the snap. I think. It was-
yeah, and we watched it at 3 a.m. because
yeah.
we're
I was
wild.
going to sleep and I
We're
was like,
wild
why are they still
losers,
watching
dude.
Hereditary?
Because the witching hour. Ooh, no, that's not the reason.
Well, then you should
I
watch
actually, I
Midsommar
was
if you
so
want
scared
witches.
afterwards. I'm like, I'm so scared.
Okay,
yeah,
so what do I know?
What do you know?
Okay, so let's talk. Let's
What
talk
do you know?
spoilers.
Because
spoilers,
I also don't want to.
spoilers.
I don't want to spoil things that
Wow.
you don't know.
The
Spoil
movie's
it.
been out for a while.
Yeah, it's been out.
Didn't it come out in 2017?
I
When did it come
I
out?
literally chose to see Midsummer
but
instead of Hereditary.
listen.
So
You dumb boof.
Even though the
You
movie's
dumb
been out
boof.
for a
I
while.
don't know.
You dumb
Midsummer
boof.
was like,
Even though the mo-
Midsummer drags on a bit though.
Is it really?
It does.
Yeah,
It
I
does.
feel Hereditary is.
So what she was saying was it felt long to her, but it felt so quick to me.
Yeah.
Like, it
Hereditary?
was just going really quick. Especially the second time watching it, it's kind of like with Endgame.
Mhm.
Once you watch Endgame
The
once,
first time?
it seems fast, but then second time is super fast. Then after that, it feels a little long.
No,
I would say it's still
Nah,
it feels
it never
short
feels
for you.
It doesn't
Endgame
feel
always
short.
feels long to me, but
Really?
like,
Feels long?
It feels long, but not in the sense that like I get bored of it.
Oh, okay.
It feels long in the
There's
sense
just
of like
so much story.
exactly,
Okay,
kind
gotcha.
of like
Okay.
Star Wars. You know, like Star Wars,
Yeah,
those are 3-hour long films,
Yeah.
which feel kind
Yeah.
of long, but like at the end you're like, I could use some
To
more.
me, Lord of the
Gotcha.
Rings feels long.
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings
does,
feels
if you do
really
the
long.
4-hour
Yeah.
specials. Yeah.
But anyways, okay, yeah. So
All
what
right.
do you know?
So Toni Collette, she's literally being
Paymo.
I don't think she's being possessed, but in
No.
the end, she kills her son. Right, the whole time she's like struggling to kill to.
Sorta.
Sorta.
Well, isn't like a spirit goes in her son at the end? Is that what
No.
happens?
Well,
Is that what's up for debate?
dude. Okay, so that's the thing. I don't really want to say much because
I know
you-
that the daughter
you-
gets decapitated.
Okay, so
that
you
I
know
know.
that.
And
You
then,
know that.
that he still hears after
because
she's
I
dead.
don't really.
And that her head is
God.
like, don't they pull like a Pamela Voorhees where they put the daughter's head like
Yes.
on a plate or
kind
something?
of, but it's for a
It's-
reason.
It's at the
It's like
end.
it's like a ritual, right?
kind of.
Oh my god!
Are you willing for us to tell you all about this?
Just tell me all about
Okay,
it.
so
All right.
and you
This
can
will be
add
my
on to it,
reaction.
You get
Okay.
the description.
Oh
So
gosh.
are you guys all ready? We're gonna do a little movie.
This is gonna be my
section.
reaction.
I'll try to go as quick as
Thomas
possible.
reacts.
So the
Yeah.
beginning of the
Stop, you're
movie,
getting monetized.
the beginning of the movie, the grandma passes away.
Fat rat.
Yes, I remember
She
that.
passes away. Everyone goes to the funeral.
Okay.
Um,
And there's a wake, right? They go to a wake
yes,
as well.
she is
No,
there.
she's dead.
She
She's not
is.
awake.
She is. Yes, she's dead, and then you see the grandma's body and stuff like that. Yes, you do see that. And then when the mom to Colette's
Toni
talking,
Collette.
Toni Collette from
Mhm.
Sixth Sense. I know she's from Sixth Sense now, and Knives Out.
Get bulled on.
Toni Collette, she's speaking, and I think this was a sign before. She goes, I don't know that many of you that are actually here.
Okay.
And blah, blah, blah. So she's talking about her mom and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then you start hearing the daughter going like that, and she's drawing and blah, blah, blah. What is there anything else big that happens in that part at the funeral?
So,
There's
I've
naked
watched
people in the
I've watched
funeral.
it a few times.
Yeah.
Like knowing the backstory of Paimon.
We
We start like even from the very beginning of this film. Paymon's symbol, which is like these like squiggly lines.
Yeah, you see her wearing
under
it.
like a line.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hard to describe, but they'll know what I mean.
There's a symbol.
There's a symbol, and it starts showing up from the beginning of the movie where the mom's wearing
She's
a
wearing
necklace
it. Yeah.
of Paimon, and so is the grandmother who passed away.
Yes.
And we start seeing the people that are there at the wake kind of acting really weird around the dead body of the grandmother.
Yes. So there's this one. I don't know. What does she put on her lip? There's this lady who goes up. You see the daughter. She's eating chocolate. She's watching. Oh, okay. That's another important part. So she's watching this lady go up to her, and she touches the grandma's lip.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know what she touches with. I don't know. Maybe she's just making sure. I don't know.
Right?
I don't know what
exactly
it is.
Raspberries.
And then the father, the little girl's father, comes up to her,
Okay.
and she says, "There's no nuts in that, right? In the chocolate that she's eating." She's
Okay.
like, "No." And then Toni Collette comes over. She's like, "Yeah, did you bring the EpiPen just in case?" And she was like, "No." She said, "There's no nuts inside the chocolate." So you got to remember that. I was like, if they're mentioning about the nuts, you got to remember that.
Well, okay.
Right? If they're talking
I think
about
I remember
nuts.
what the nuts
So
turn into later.
we fast forward a little bit. We see the mom likes building these. She's building these little models right now for this big art show that she's doing. She's building these models, and she's building these models based off of what's happening in her life.
Mm-hmm.
And there's at one point, so
Paimon?
the dad goes to see the son. Says, "Hey, are you sad?" Blah blah blah. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm just going through feelings and stuff like that."
Now, this is before Alex Wolff goes into Jumanji, right?
This is before Jumanji.
This is before he's entering the
Jumanji.
game.
The cinematography in this movie is
So
awesome.
The Rock is in this one.
Yes, that was sick.
Is The Rock in this one?
No.
Yes, The Rock's
Okay, he's in this
No,
one.
Jack
All
comes out at the very end.
Jack Black.
Jack Black's in this. So then the mom goes checks on the little girl, on her daughter, and because everyone's home now, it's just after the funeral.
What's up with her face?
I thought, didn't you say she got in an accident?
Is that what it is? Okay.
No, she's. I think she was born that way.
Oh, is that what it is?
I think
Oh,
it's
I
just
thought you said that she got in a car accident when she was younger. The actress.
What?
I thought you
her?
said
Like in
that.
real life?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know in real life, but in the movie, I
No,
think she's just born that way.
she's isn't she the actress in Quiet Place?
No.
That's not the same actress.
I'll look her up.
Look her up.
I'm pretty sure it's the same.
You're telling me
actress
they
as the
put
one
that
in A
just from
Quiet
the
Place.
movie? There's no way.
I'm pretty sure that it's prosthetics for the movie.
Yeah. So
I
the
thought you
actress
said-
is Millie Shapiro.
Mm-hmm.
Was she in Quiet Place? No, that's not. That's the deaf girl. That's
Right.
and she was actually deaf.
Right.
Remember? That's not her.
Oh! You think the girl from the Quiet Place is
No,
her?
that's not her.
No,
that's not her. That's not
Oh,
her.
That's not
okay.
her.
No, because she's
No.
not deaf.
This is Millie Shapiro.
Can I see?
Yeah.
Okay, so there it is prosthetics. Okay.
Yes.
So,
Oh.
did they ever explain the
No,
movie
they
what
haven't.
happened?
No.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just-
I think it's just like
She just
was kind
has
of
it,
born
yes.
She was in something.
I thought. Oh well, I
Unless
guess
you've seen
I thought
Splitting
you
Up
told me that, but I guess
together.
you didn't.
No.
or Broadway Kids Against Bullying. I have a
Her
choice.
dad.
Unless you watch that.
Her dad's a
then-
big director
darn.
and stuff like,
Okay.
or not director. So
All right.
he works in the movie biz. So, anyways, the mom's talking to her, and she's like all upset, and she's like, "What's wrong?" And then she's like, "You're sad about grandma passing away?" No, and she's like, "She always wanted me to be a boy. Grandma always wanted me to be a boy." And then Colette's like, Grandma, she always wanted me to be a tomboy, and I grew up being a tomboy, all that stuff. So I didn't think anything about that for the first time watching the movie, but by the second time, I was like, aha, yes, I get it now. Actually, by the end of the movie, I was like, I get it now. So, fast forward a little bit.
Paimon.
We're just gonna fast forward to skip some stuff. So Peter is the main son.
Pettigrew.
Charlie is the little girl.
Dinklage.
Peter and Charlie,
Peter
okay?
Dinklage,
Just remember
okay.
that. Peter and Charlie. And we start noticing there's these writings on the wall that keep showing up. There's
Okay.
writing on the wall. Okay? All right. We fast forward to Peter.
Mm-hmm.
He gets a text. says, "Hey, there's a party. Blah blah blah. There's gonna be a party.
Uh-huh.
You want to go to it?" He's like, "Sick." Well, but there's stuff that happens before that, right?
Oh, you make this so entertaining.
Don't we see the orb before? Like we see.
So the orb is actually you start seeing
see
the
that
orb
before,
when the
huh?
mom is doing. She's working on her sculpting, and there's this. It's not really an orb. It's more of like a blue ring.
Like
Yeah, it's like a. So
Vibranium.
picture when you touch water, you know that ring effect that.
Yeah.
So that's happening like around her, and whenever we see that, that's our signal that Paimon is around.
Oh.
And like, so we first get an instance. She's working on her sculpting, and we see this ring come all the way down to a paint can that suddenly goes bloop, and then it falls and it spills on some stuff, and she's like, "Oh, damn it!"
And it
So-
pours on this paper that's like stuff.
Paimon.
Yeah. So he gets the party invite. He goes asks his mom to go, and he's like, "I'm going to a school barbecue," and she's like, "And there's gonna be no drinking." Blah 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 blah. And he's like, "No, I'm not. Whatever. He's not gonna drink." And he's like, "Did you ask your sister if she wants to go?"
There we go. Okay, all right. This is the
And
part
he's
I
like,
know.
"No, not yet."
Uh-huh.
And then she's like, "Well, you should ask your sister." So then we see the sister, but the sister before sees, she gets this. What does she get that makes her go to her window in her bedroom to look out the window?
Is it not a ring from Paimon?
Was it a ring? Oh yeah, because she sees a ring and then this ring starts moving. She follows it, goes out the window, and then she stares out the window. So then it was like Peter asking to go to the party and like, you go ask your sister. So then we go see and we see Charlie's walking outside. We're like, where's Charlie walking to? And we see Charlie walking to this lady who's on the floor with a ring of fire around her, like praying to something. And then I'm like, the hell? And then Charlie goes,
Right.
that.
Right.
and then the mom comes running outside. She's like, "What are you doing outside? You know you're not supposed to be outside." Blah 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 blah.
Why is she not supposed to be
It just
outside?
cut or without shoes and
'Cause
stuff like
she's
that. 'Cause
what?
she was just wearing
She's bowling.
socks.
Oh,
She was just
okay.
wearing socks and stuff like that.
She got
And then she goes, "I miss Grandma." And then they start getting a shouting
she
match.
hits him with like,
And then she brings her in, and then she goes, "You're going to this party with your brother." And then she's like, "Okay, fine." So they're driving to this party. Go to the party. At the same time, Peter's hitting on this girl. He's been hitting on this girl who's from his class. He's like, "Hey, I brought some weed. You want to go smoke some weed?" She's like, "Yeah, cool. At the same time, Charlie's in this party. And he's like, "Charlie, we're going to go do some stuff right now. You want to just stay out here?"
watch my sister, bro.
And
Exactly. Wow.
and then she's like, "I don't know anyone here." And then he's like, "Hey, look, there's cake right there. You want to have some
there's
cake?"
nuts in the cake.
Well, at first we see people cutting up walnuts earlier at the party. They're cutting up walnuts.
Okay.
And then so she goes and she eats the cake. He's getting high as heck with these people. And
Fat doobie.
and then she's
For
eating the
Alex
cake,
Wolff.
and then she starts feeling like
She starts swelling up.
she's swollen up.
She's
And so
swole
she
as hell,
comes to she goes to Peter and goes, "I'm not feeling too well, Peter," and like breathing hard. And then he's like, "Oh crap!" He's sitting there, picks her up, starts running to the car. They go to the car, hitting it really quickly.
So he didn't have an EpiPen with him.
I know
Well,
that's where
you know, yeah,
that's
yeah.
where it pisses me off. Is like
Nah,
there was no EpiPen in the car.
Yeah. That's wrong.
So,
that's
they're
like
driving-
that's already. There's no way in hell if
But-
your
but
sister.
hold on,
You
hold
wouldn't
on.
have
Hold
one?
on.
Hold on.
Okay.
Everything
Hold the
happens for a
phone.
reason.
Okay.
Also, I forgot to mention something. Well, I'll mention it after this part.
If it was important, you should probably
So
have
sh-
mentioned it.
So the
I
breather's
think I
going,
know what he's talking
blah,
about.
blah, blah,
Yeah.
right? And he's like, "Okay, I'm gonna get you to the hospital." He's going, he's like
Yeah,
85, blah, blah, blah.
Mhm.
She's rolling down the
88
window.
miles per hour. They
And
go
she's
back
like,
to the future.
she's like trying to get the air in, and then there's a dead deer on the road. So he goes like this, and then you see she's looking, and there's this big old wooden pole, and then boom, you see her head go.
You see the
flying
head fly off?
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Well,
and then
you see the hit, but
Yeah.
they don't necessarily show you like
No, not the
the
head flying
rip
off.
of
Oh,
her
okay,
neck come
okay.
off, but yes,
and then
she
he
gets
hits the
decapitated.
brakes,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
you
yeah,
just
yeah.
see him like staring, and he's just like, it's like a full minute of him just staring, and
Yeah,
like
it's a really good scene. It's
Oh,
that's
really?
that's what
that's where
starts
because
messing you
everyone
up.
you're like, the fuck did I just see?
And then like he looks in his rear view.
Very briefly, like he just looks like this, and that's it. And he's like, and then he goes, "It's okay," and then starts driving off.
Yeah.
And he drives home. But before that, I forgot
Oh,
to
he was
mention
high,
when he's driving to the party, there is this written stuff on the exact same post that she hits her head. There, it says a word.
And it's not actually a word. All right, you got to pay attention. And
What
it's
does it say?
also not when we see her Tony Collette writing on the wall. It's all the symbol of Paimon.
Oh.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a symbol of Feymon, which is intending why. Like I know you're saying, like I know. First of all, why would you go to a party without an EpiPen?
Mm-hmm.
The whole thing about this backstory is that since the very beginning, Paimon has been in control of everything. So there's a reason.
Okay.
So if you can consider
like,
the fact that Alex Wolff doesn't have an EpiPen, it's because Paimon and his followers made it so that they didn't have an EpiPen.
Okay.
And made the mother take him to the take his daughter to the party, even though she knew he was going to a freaking house party.
Gonna get schlit.
That's okay.
She knew.
Right, fair enough.
I mean,
fair
of course
enough.
she knew. Anyways, she freaks out because he goes straight to bed.
The mom.
Colette,
the mom freaks
and then,
out?
Cause
Well,
then
he
she
parks
goes to the car,
leaves the body in the back,
Oh,
and just
yeah.
goes to bed.
and then you hear in the morning. I don't think he actually fully fell asleep. He was just like
Yeah, he's been away, and then I believe
and
they
you hear
use the mom's
freak,
car, right?
like scream, yeah.
Yeah.
And she scream like you see, it's like focused on him, and then she's like, "All right, I'm going to work or whatever," and then you hear her freak out in the car because she sees the body and everything. So she dies, blah blah blah. She starts going to these like AA meeting kind of things. Oh god, there's so much that happens. Anyways, I don't know where to go. We'll just go from Joanne. I'll say Joanne. So she meets this lady, Joanne, whose son also.
I know the
passed away.
classroom scene. Have we gotten to the classroom scene yet?
Oh
No.
Jesus Christ! There's so much.
This is a long movie. Dang.
It feels like there's just so much that happens. That's why you have to watch it.
So who's
Joanne, you meet Joanne, who's this lady. You're just like, and I knew there was something that was up with Joanne already.
Okay.
And Joanne becomes her best friend.
Don't trust anybody named Joanne.
Yeah, don't trust anyone named Joanne. And so
Or anything like short, right?
Joanne
Like Joe.
is
Don't
like
trust anyone named Joe.
But Joanne gives her number, and she calls Joanne one day. An orb makes her see the number that's on the.
So there's multiple orbs.
No, it's the same
It's
orb
the same-
every
it's the
time.
same aura.
It's always the same
It's
thing.
that same ring. I don't know why he keeps calling it an orb. but
And
it is.
the same
Stop calling it an orb.
It's okay.
It's a ring of
It's
light.
a ring of light. There we go. That always
An
zooms
orb.
in
I'm
like
like
that.
picturing
No,
like
okay,
a
no,
ball.
it's not a
There's no ball.
Okay.
Anyway, it's the same aura and then it makes her focus on the number that she has. So she calls the number. She visits her, but when she's visiting, she sees that Joanne has this carpet, this rug. And she's like, "Oh, that's funny because my mom used to make rugs like that."
Ah.
Oh, and so, but okay, we fast forward even more. We'll fast forward to one day she's at the supermarket and she sees Joanne, and Joanne's like, so the craziest thing just happened because her grandson passed away too.
Oh.
And she's like, I went to this medium and they taught me how to talk to my grandson. So she invites Chloe one day or the actress, I don't remember her name in the movie. She invites her to her house, and they do this whole little thing. It moves a glass, which shows that the grandson's there, and she starts freaking out because she's like, "What the hell is all this?" And she's like, at the end of it, she's like, I'm getting out of here. And she's like, "Charlie is not dead." She looks back. She's like, "Oh, okay, weird. Charlie's the little girl."
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, huh?
She's like, "Charlie's not dead." And she's talking about her spirit and stuff like that. So she does the exact same.
Okay.
She's like, you have to get everyone in the house to do it with you. So she does it with everyone in the house, the exact same thing. And while they're doing it,
Is there a dad still?
yeah, there's still a dad. Oh,
Alright.
oh, you know about that stuff too?
Well, I'm assuming from the photo you showed that there's no more dad.
Oh, see, yeah, because I thought you'd seen the movie. The one I shared on Twitter?
I've seen that photo before.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I've seen that.
Okay, so
I know
anyways,
snippets. I don't
they
know the
do
full
it.
story.
Then it goes. The glass goes flying, and their the fire goes flying. And they're like, "Wow, Jesus, Charlie is upset." And
Well,
then
I'd
they're
be
like,
too,
"Stop!
damn.
This is you're scaring your son. You're scaring Peter." Blah blah blah. And then you see her. She gets like possessed by something.
Tony Collette.
Yeah, Tony Collette gets possessed, and he starts going, "Mom,
Oh,
where am I, Mom?" Yeah, and then it's like,
dang.
it's like Charlie's in her, or supposedly Charlie's in her. And then the dad throws water on her to wake her up. I'm gonna skip some other parts. There's some important things. Just like she throws Charlie's book of drawings inside a fire, and then she catches on fire.
Oh, I remember seeing that
And
part.
then she's like, "Shit!" And she pulls it out and puts it out.
Yeah, I remember that. Okay.
That's important to know.
Okay.
Also, it's important probably from earlier where Charlie cuts a bird's head off.
Yeah,
That's
that
probably
was the
important to
foreshadowing.
know.
Yeah.
Mhm. I'm gonna fast forward to.
Sometimes I feel like it's more subtle than Midsummer, but like Midsummer literally gives you the whole plot of the movie.
It's
in the opening credits,
it's very
all the
like
tapestry.
once everything like at the end you go, oh, now I remember blah blah blah. I remember
Okay.
all this stuff.
Gotcha.
Oh, it makes sense.
Mhm.
I don't even know where to go from here for this part, but there's
Where's the part where the son like starts freaking out because in the middle of the night because Tony Collette tried to kill him? He's like, "Why did you try to kill me?" He's
Oh,
like,
that
"I'm
turns
not
out
gonna
that
kill
turns
you."
out to be a bad like a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare.
Oh, that's not a real thing.
No,
No.
it's not supposed to be type beat.
Damn, I thought that was
No.
real.
No. Oh, there is one part where he sees Charlie in the corner the corner of his room, and then it turns into a ball, and the ball rolls to him. and then he's like, "What the hell?" And then these hands from his bed pulls him back and like tries to choke him out, and then he's freaking out, and then the mom's in there like, "What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong?" And he's like, "You just try to kill me." Blah blah blah. blah.
Oh, that's the scene.
But there's also another scene where it turns into be a nightmare. That something like that happens. Something a little bit like that. Fast forward, blah blah blah. He's at school.
Yes.
I wish I knew her character name, but something
Emilia?
Colette.
Tony Collette?
Yeah, Tony
Yeah,
Collette's
her
character. I
character's
don't
name is-
remember her name. Tony Collette's going back to Joanne
Uh-huh.
to like how to get rid of like
Her daughter.
her daughter basically.
Wow.
from her
Okay.
house. And she's knocking on the door.
You don't bull on good.
And
Apparently not.
no response from the door, and then the camera starts showing the room.
Joanne.
There is earlier we saw there's a triangle in the grandma's room on the floor, like a seance triangle kind of thing, like a voodoo triangle, like
Voodoo
what
Mama Juju.
cults do and stuff like that. So now we're panning in the room in Joanne's room, and there's a triangle on the table with candles around it, and there's Peter's face in the middle of the triangle, and we're like, ah!
Not only that,
and the
Paymon's
bird
symbol
and
is also
the symbol and the bird's head
Ooh, the
of
bird.
Charlie's. Charlie liked to
Yeah,
She
cut off
kinda-
heads.
yeah, she
like
kinda
so, like
did,
the
like,
actual thing, but
psycho
not
stuff.
a drawing, like the actual thing.
the actual bird head that Charlie cut off earlier.
which is weird because you're like, how
You're
did you
like,
get
what
that?
the hell? And so now
okay.
Tony Collette focuses on the rug, and she's like, I know I've seen these somewhere. And so she runs back home. And then while that's happening, Peter's at school. And then Peter hears, Peter! Peter! And he looks outside. This is at lunch. And he looks outside, and he sees Joanne. And she's like, Fortnite dancing kind of thing. And she's like, I expel you! Like that. She's like, I expel you, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, what the frick is happening? Oh, God. Then we go to, now he's in class.
Yes.
And then here's the,
Yes.
and then like going around, like, what the hell? And then you just see him go, like he raises his hand like this. And then his teacher's like, yes, Peter, your question. And he's like, Peter, are you okay? And you see his face. He's like, oh. It's like, and then you hear from him. And then he bangs his head on the table. Like, what the hell? And he does it again. And he freaks out because he just broke his nose. And you're like, what the hell just happened? All that happens while Toni Collette's going to the boxes of her grandma's stuff.
Uh-huh.
And she's finding the same rugs and stuff like that in there. She finds the rugs, and then she's like, oh, my God. And then she finds a photo album, and she sees pictures of Joanne and her grandma together. And in the cultish thing, they're all there. And then she starts reading this spiritual book talking about Payman, where Payman needs
I'm pretty sure it's
male
pronounced
body,
Payman.
male body, and then he's carrying three severed heads. And then you're like, oh, my God, all these connections. Oh, my God. So Payman has to be in a male body, and he's like a hellish god or whatever. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Why did she go up to the attic?
That's what you're gonna end it?
Well, no, I'm not. I know why. No,
Oh, okay.
I'm trying. I just
He's
don't remember.
continuing, but he
I don't remember why
forgot.
she goes up to the attic. Is it for those boxes?
she goes to
And
the
there we
boxes.
go.
So she
just a
goes up.
drawing.
So she goes up, and there's a bunch of flies, and she sees the
Uh-huh.
boxes, and she looks in the corner. And she's like, "What the hell?" And she sees the body of her grandma or her mom with a decapitated head. Her head's not there. You're like, "Where the fuck's the head?" Oh my God! Yeah, she doesn't have her head. You're like, "Oh my God, this is crazy."
Also, the body's all decomposed and wrinkled.
Yeah. How did they get the head?
Well, the husband earlier got an email that
Uh-huh.
said the the grave that the body was dug up.
Yeah. Grave
Oh,
robbers.
Like
they
those
just
grave
email you that sort
Yeah,
of
like,
thing.
no, don't
call
worry.
you.
You'll get your
Might be-
insurance,
yeah,
whatever.
check,
crap.
check your spam
Yeah.
folder. Yeah. Okay.
So, anyways, he comes back and he's like, because he had to pick up his son, a broken nose, all that stuff. And she's like, "There's a dead body up, so you gotta go check." I'm pretty sure it's my mom's body. And he goes up and he's like, "What the hell is this?" And then at the same time, she's starting up the fire because she wants to burn the book. She thinks that's the only way to get rid of all this Pazuzu shit.
No. Paimon shit.
Paimon shit. Yeah. so and he's like, "You're crazy. I'm calling the cops. We gotta take care of you," stuff like that. She's like, "Fine, I'll do it," because like she wants him to throw the book in because she knows she'll catch on fire.
Oh yeah. So
she goes, "Fine, I'll do it." She throws it in. He catches on fire though.
Yeah.
And then she's like, "Oh my god!" Ah! And then you see that big old ring thing come into her, and then she goes from like screaming and like scared to like.
Such a great scene.
You're like,
fuck. You applaud Tony Collette.
So then. It's crazy. So now
I remember that people were upset that she didn't.
Now
get
you just
nominated.
see the house, and it's the morning time, and then it turns to nighttime, and now there's a bunch of naked people around the house.
Okay.
It's
So
weird.
Midsummer.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of old naked people too.
Midsummer.
It's very. And now you're focusing on the son who's sleeping, and then he wakes up.
And they're all
mind you, if you pay attention throughout the entire movie, there's naked people everywhere.
Yeah.
In the movie. So these cultists, the cult that they follow Paimon.
Mm-hmm.
So they show up in like in that scene where Peter and Annie are fighting in his bedroom. If you look closely in the very back, there's a naked cultist just staring at Peter the entire time.
That's what's coming up. That's coming up right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he's walking out. And okay, dude, this is the last 15 minutes of this movie. You're on your toes, and you're so scared. You're so
You're
scared.
sweaty.
You're sweating because now oh my god, what gets him to wake up? I think he hears the that
probably.
again, and then so he gets up
Mm-hmm.
and he starts walking downstairs, and he's like, "Mom, Mom, are you here?"
Was it Spider Mom?
And then. And then you see he walks up and he sees his dad's like charred up body. He's like,
Nice. Okay.
that fucking
God,
blows.
cooked,
And
bro.
while he's looking at that, you see Spider Mom at the top.
Oh,
And
yeah.
she's
Up on the
wait,
wall,
no. Before that, that's what happens. He's in his room and he wakes up and you see her in the corner of his room, and then you see her crawl away. And then he's like, "What the hell is the sound?"
Tony Collette did that all by herself.
And then he's like, and then
stunt
he
double.
goes downstairs to see, and then he sees his dad's charred up body, and then Tony Collette in the top corner. And then there's this
Does she
other.
look like the same, or does she like?
yeah, no, like she's
cute
in
No,
brain?
she's
shadow,
just
but
like
you can
she's
tell
just
it's Tony
like
Collette.
she's like standing like
Oh,
the
I
Grinch
see.
in the movie. You know when he drops down? She's just like that.
You guys are tired.
Yeah, exactly. She's exactly in the same position. And then you see right behind him is this creepy ass naked person in the corner.
It's pretty lit.
And it's just like you see him smiling and his white teeth and then his eyes
Yeah.
open.
Oh, so kind of like Parasite.
Kind of. It's disgusting. And while you see him in the corner, you see Toni Collette, like she dropped down.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't see her drop down. I don't think you do.
I think the cultists start coming closer to Peter, but what would you do if like a 150 pound naked dude who's old, mind you, so you see a lot of sag coming at you in the middle of the night,
So he looks up at the
nature is
top
beautiful.
and he doesn't see. He hears the noise and he doesn't see her. And then she comes from another corner, sprinting at him. He's like, "Oh my god!" So he's running, and he runs up to the attic because it's still open. First of all, why would you run up to the attic? All right. He runs up to the attic, and then he sees his grandma's
Body.
fucked up body.
What's left of it?
Yeah,
Okay.
left of it. And then he sees all these candles set up. It's weird. And
Okay,
then he hears,
yeah, I think I
And then he
remember
hears.
Oh,
You're like,
God.
what the hell is that? And he looks above him, and he sees his mom cutting her own head off.
With like a piano wire
She's going,
kind of thing. She's going, and then she looks at him and goes,
and then
just
he's
starts
like,
going
"Oh my god!"
faster.
And then he looks straight ahead, and he sees 3 naked old people. He goes, "Ah!" And he sprints out the window and jumps out the window. And while he jumps out the window, so you just see his dead body on the floor, and then you hear, and you hear, like the body fall from the attic, like her decapitated
Her body or her
body.
head?
Her
Oh no,
body.
her head. You hear her head fall.
Right, yeah.
You hear the, and then you see the ring light going, going
Yeah, man,
into
our new
Peter's
ring light.
body. So you see him stand up, and you see Peter look. Oh, I forgot a whole thing. There's a treehouse. There's a treehouse.
Doesn't matter. The treehouse.
The treehouse
Oh,
is
yeah.
yeah, it's not really important. It's just
all,
where
all
the,
they do is like
it's-
nobody go in
it's
the
where
treehouse. Don't go in the
Charlie
treehouse.
loves to hang out in the treehouse.
So Charlie's body's in the treehouse.
No,
Charlie's
that's
head.
Charlie's favorite place.
Oh.
Interesting, right? So then you see the headless body floating to the treehouse and going inside,
Yeah, that shit's lit.
and then you see, and now it's all like this cute music playing. It's like it's like gross.
That's like happy
And
music.
so he starts climbing up to the treehouse. You see all these
Spider
naked cultish people. No,
climbing
no,
or
no.
just
He
regular
just
climb?
he
Oh,
climbs
just
like a normal human.
legit climbs up the treehouse.
Okay, okay.
And you see all these naked people just like bowing down and stuff like that. And then you see the grandma's decapitated body bowing down. And then you see the mom's decapitated body bowing down. And then you see in the middle is a sculpture of Payman with Charlie's head in the middle with a crown on top.
Ooh.
So while he's looking at it, Joanne stands up and grabs the crown and puts it on Peter.
Uh-huh.
And she goes, Charlie, you are the payment. You are payment. The third something god of hell. We have finally found the perfect male healthy body for you.
Okay.
We will follow you for everything.
Okay.
And then he starts Fortnite dancing.
And they all go, hell payment. And then they just go, hell payment, hell payment, hell payment. And then that's the end of the movie.
Okay.
So
it was Charlie.
Charlie had payment all along.
Gotcha.
And that's why the grandma wanted Charlie to be a boy. Always wanted Charlie to be a male.
Gotcha.
So, they're looking
So
for
what
a-
happens to Peter?
Oh, Peter
Peter dies when he hits the floor after
and
he
the
jumps
ring light.
from
Now Payman
Gotcha,
is in that
okay.
body.
Yeah.
Which Payman? So is Payman a mix of Charlie and him? Because he looks a bit like just like confused
No.
at first.
Payman
Maybe it's 'cause of his
is the
body.
god, and so when we see the ring light come down, it goes ding.
Yeah.
Like a floor has been reached on an elevator.
Exactly, because so it comes down in a circle and it surrounds his body,
Uh-huh.
and it comes down into one center and it goes. Ding.
Oh wow!
And
All
that's
for
when
the
we know
ripple
that
effect.
Payman is now inside of Peter's
Yeah.
body.
Uh-huh.
So from that point on, when he gets up, goes upstairs, and everything, that's Payman.
But
Gotcha.
it's still
But it's
like
Charlie.
Charlie because she calls him Charlie. She goes Charlie.
I think it's still Paymon.
Well, what I have always thought, what I thought
Has
after
Charlie
watching
always
it,
been Paymon?
that's what I'm thinking because Charlie always has some weird shit happening. Like this one part, she's making this toy in class while it's supposed to take a test, and her teacher's like, "Let's take the test first." And she got upset about it, and you see this bird fly into the window and kill itself.
Oh,
So maybe she made the bird kill itself. I don't know. So I always thought Payman was in Charlie, and Charlie is just a host for Payman. Yeah. Also, earlier at the AA meeting, Toni Collette talks about how her mom was like a DID and her
Oh.
brother was a schizophrenic and all that stuff. And I don't think she actually was a DID. I think she also had like
Payment in her.
Pazuzu type
a little
beat,
bit
yeah.
of a Pazuzu type beat. So that's Hereditary. You should still watch it.
That's what I think I'll
This
do
is
if I
the-
see it. I think I'll go.
No, you still need to watch it, and you'll still freak out. Even
I
just
think
gave
definitely with that freaking piano wire cutting.
Oh,
of
that
his
was
head.
so
oh my
good.
god.
Oh,
Literally,
yeah.
I saw this in theaters.
Yeah, I remember
Did you
when you
really?
told me.
Okay, so I saw this in theaters.
How was
and
that experience?
Oh yeah. Talk
I
about
must
your
have-
yeah.
So
Talk about your
it's-
experience.
It's intense because something that they use in this movie, which I love, is they use really low frequency beats the entire movie. So the entire time, because you can't hear these, but subconsciously, like your body doesn't feel right.
the are you talking about the heartbeat thing? It's like,
Yeah.
that sounds like an EDM concert.
So yeah, they have this like really low beat, which is supposed to just keep you in like on your toes the entire time, which is
Okay.
hence why that whole beat's there. Like it doesn't really bother you the entire movie.
Okay.
No, because then they get rid of it at some point. What I thought is they put the beat before, like making you think something bad is gonna happen, but nothing bad happens when the beat's on. But then when there isn't the beat, something bad actually happened.
But see, the beat's there the entire time because when I was
Is it really at
when
the
I was in
end,
the
too?
theaters, again, mind you, I have this whole surround sound thing.
Yeah, we can
So
just
even,
find the sound
even
files.
when it's dead quiet, all you hear is.
Oh shit! Yeah. So it's at the. Oh man, they even
So
put
you,
it super
so
low.
you're
huh?
just always uncomfortable the entire time this
Gotcha.
movie's going on.
Yeah.
So when I watched it in the theaters, I
Uh-huh.
remember it was just too intense, and I got up, I went to the bathroom to go pee. Right, I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna go pee, and I'm peeing in the bathroom, and I guess there's a guy. Mind you, I walk into a totally empty bathroom, I think, and there's a guy inside of this bathroom, and I'm just like, I didn't know he was there. I guess he had just watched Hereditary too, right? So I'm peeing, and I'm like still freaked out about it. Out of nowhere, I hear this dude go. Bro, when I tell you I've never rushed out of a bathroom faster in my life.
Yeah. So I think honestly, this could be done as like a. I mean, I'm gonna connect this with
oh my gosh, don't you
what a haunt event.
Oh, okay.
I'll just
I
say any
guess.
haunt event. It could be a maze. I think Hereditary could be done as a
Just a bunch
maze.
of naked people in a maze.
Yeah, they'll just put naked suits.
Add
on.
Midsummer there too.
Naked morph suits. No, but that movie is. Oh my god, bro.
All right.
You need to watch it.
I do need to watch it. But you brought up a good something else to talk about during your little Hereditary
Outbreak.
recap. You mentioned how Tony Collette is like the Grinch, and I did want to bring it up because I figured we should talk about it. How Whoville has been destroyed. It is no longer in the Universal Studios backlot.
No more Whoville.
There's no
So
more
you're
Whoville.
saying Tony Collette didn't get cast as the Grinch?
No.
Well, no, because there's no more place for the Grinch to be.
That's
I know.
sad.
I'm really
Yeah.
really upset about that, and
Same.
I think what I'm most upset about is that for me this is just more confirmation that the Terror Tram's done,
Really?
because like that was like, but even like the
But they
studio
didn't
tour
even
itself.
use that part. in
Yes,
the
they
Terror
did.
Train.
Remember that was always the beginning part.
No.
Walk to
I
walk
under-
by.
That,
Yeah,
that
that's
pathway, but
Yeah.
a lot of the time they have the fences.
Yeah.
I know, but it was still like
So they
you
fenced
still
off the
saw it
entire
was
part.
Whoville, and
No, but that,
No,
it doesn't
I-
matter.
I feel like that those two things don't correlate, but I am upset that they did take it away
I am too.
because one, that means, well, for me, I think that what I'm thinking is when Grinchmas comes. Remember they used to have the whole.
The little
Oh,
show.
but they haven't
with
done
the
that
show
for a
there.
while. They haven't done
was
that
that
for
not
Really?
there last year?
Mhm.
Oh,
For
well
the
then.
past 2 years, they have not been using that area. I mean, they've been, of course, they've been using the little plaza area. For,
What do you
for
think they're
everything,
gonna
but
put there?
I think it's a soundstage. Honestly, I think it's gonna be a soundstage
So you're gonna think
because
they're gonna get rid of Bates Motel?
I mean that's
Dude, no, that's
I mean
that's iconic, right?
yeah.
there.
Well, so was Whoville, and
Not as iconic as that.
See
it hasn't been there as long. You're right. Yeah.
the thing is like with Whoville again,
Mhm.
that's just a piece of the set because the set was never built there.
No,
the set
I
was
know.
actually inside of a soundstage somewhere else.
Right.
And once
No,
the whole
but
thing was over,
but still,
they grabbed that and they put it there. So it was a piece of Whoville. It wasn't Whoville entirely.
I guess.
So
I think they're gonna put a different ride there.
No, I think it's a soundstage because now with this whole virus, there's so much demand for filming locations that every soundstage is going to be booked. They're going to need more areas for production. That's what I'm thinking. So maybe they wouldn't
know.
kill Bates Motel.
I don't
but
think
it's
they
still
ever will.
such a small piece of
I
land
know.
for a soundstage.
I know.
Mini soundstage,
Like a room soundstage.
or one of those like blue screens or whatever. Not
Oh
a
my
massive
goodness.
blue screen.
Okay,
but like
yeah. Can we talk about that blue screen for a second?
What
Why?
about it?
What's wrong?
I mean, have you seen the behind the scenes for The Mandalorian?
Oh yeah, you don't need a blue screen no more.
Yeah. So the
Maybe that's what
John
they're gonna build,
Favreau
one
was
of
able
those.
to, like, in partnership with these other, he essentially, there was never like a set because it was like this 360 screen room where the camera could literally move in and out of this digital set, but it looks real. It looks like the scene that they show where it worked I think the best was right after Mando's got Baby Yoda, and Baby Yoda, like all the assassins are like jumping off of the cliffs like to kill Baby Yoda, right?
Okay.
Those whole, it looks like it's like almost like in the Grand Canyon, right?
Mhm.
That was all in the soundstage. Literally not a
Sick.
single practical effect. It was all in camera work.
Wow, that's disappointing.
Nah, but
That's
there's like a
disappointing.
video. There's a video on YouTube. It
That
looks
makes
pretty
me
cool.
upset.
But because of that technology, I think that giant blue screen is just like, that's ancient history now. Like, you don't need a giant pool with this massive screen anymore because you could just do it in the, like, this technology. That's what. So I think
But
if they're gonna
I
get
mean,
rid
like,
of
with
anything,
water though, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm sure they could do water effects with that. I don't know,
Probably
but
in
this
the
is like
future.
it is like this is like the now, and that's the then.
Oh.
It's really, really crazy. I'll show you after this the
I don't
video.
know. I feel like there's still use for a giant.
Sure, there's
screen
use,
like
but I
that.
mean,
Probably
like,
cheaper ways.
yeah, I think
Because
this
that's
is
expensive.
what
That's that Disney money that got them to do
the
that.
Disney money.
Yeah.
But the fact that they were able to do production so quickly. I mean, they're working on season 3 already.
I thought they were working on season
I thought
2.
they just approved season 3.
No, they're already in pre-production
Mm.
for season 3.
How but pre-production isn't production.
No, but the fact that they're done like a whole season
Well,
2.
what else are they gonna do? It's quarantine.
No, but that meant they
That makes
filmed
sense.
it.
They're working on pre-production. They're getting everything.
No,
Oh,
down,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but
No,
I mean,
but that
the
means they
story's written.
filmed season 2 before the quarantine.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
filmed season 2 before they released
Yeah,
season 1.
1. Yeah,
Really?
But the fact that it's so quick.
they're on some.
God.
doo-doo.
I was so disappointed when Mando took off his
Helmet
Mhm.
and just looked exactly.
Why?
because I wanted Mando to look dope as hell,
Mhm.
like super dope.
You don't like Pedro Pascal?
He
but it
doesn't
just looks like
dope.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Mustache and everything.
He
It just
just
looks like
doesn't look
Pedro
like-
Pascal.
A Mandalorian. That I
What do
thought-
you mean?
No, not a Mandalorian. He just doesn't look like a
He
bounty
just looked
hunter.
like a human.
like there's no like.
What did you want him to look like?
I don't know.
Boba Fett's a clone.
Yeah, Boba looks
No,
like Boba.
not Boba. I don't want Boba.
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 I don't know,
What's
like
the hotel?
a structured jawline with like he got like scars
He's
and
got
like
facial hair. And
I don't know,
everything.
like a tattoo that represents.
Well,
I
no,
don't
because that would
know.
literally
He's
mean
not
he.
a good bounty hunter.
Well, he can't have a tattoo because that would
He's
mean
not
that he
a
had to
good
take
bounty hunter. He's been protecting his baby very, very well.
Well, he almost died multiple
Exactly.
times.
Watch
But
the
he also
season- watch
almost
season
killed.
1 all over
he almost
again.
killed Gus too.
Look how many times he gets his ass whooped.
Yeah, he-
Okay,
The
but
entire
all
season.
bounty hunters get their ass whooped.
that's
too.
true. That's
After watching
true.
the Clone Wars, there's some shit bounty hunters out there, dude.
Oh, in the cube, dude.
I'm watching that right now.
The fucking cube.
I'm watching the.
man.
I just watched the cube, and it was like
Oh my goodness.
That cube's
You
lit.
guys-
The
Yeah.
the cube was stupid.
But we do have some hopeful news because rebellions were built on hope. You want to talk just a little bit about
Shut up.
should I say
About-
it?
about just
I
a
will-
little info that
A
we
little
got.
someone.
Just a little something.
Uh,
Person who would like to remain
direct
anonymous.
message to us. Who wants to direct? Yeah. I guess when you work for said company, the big
Jeez.
USH.
Okay, you're going in detail for the things that you should be going in
Okay,
detail.
well,
You're
don't worry,
not being
guys.
general for the things you
HHN,
should be general.
HHN. It seems like HHN might still be
HHN's
working.
still on.
Because they are
HHN
getting
still
stuff
on.
for one of the areas,
Mhm.
and it seems pretty cool for one
Yeah.
of the queues.
Yeah.
So
So
There's hope.
Yeah.
there's hope, guys.
You can read the whole messages on
It's
it. You
it's
can't,
under it's
but
under the
Yeah, I want to read this.
Yeah,
Why was I not
requested-
informed about this?
It's under the requested area.
Yeah. Not the request, the request.
Shout out request.
Shout out to that guy.
Oh
Is this
yeah,
on- is
how
this
about
on-
that? Shout out to everybody who helped us make
Is
our.
this on Insta or?
Yeah,
this
this
is on
is
Insta. Yes.
Shout out to everybody who helped make our latest video on TLEV horror, where we talked about where we got the reactions for each of some of your favorite creators about their opinions on what they would want to see at these different haunt events. I mean, Rick West, Theme Park Duo, Theme Park Shark, Nights of Horror,
Mhm.
Five Fires. Thank you all so much for doing
Yeah.
that. That was a lot of fun, and I mean, I would love to do like another section for another group.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine with doing You see that? I'm fine with doing a part 2 for creators, but then also do scare actors.
Yeah.
Um,
Those who have been,
who've
those
worked
who
in the
are
haunt
hoping
industry,
to be.
all that kind of stuff,
Mhm.
and maybe do one for fans, what they would want.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Conjuring.
All right. What do you want to talk about, Conjuring?
Conjuring 3 is being made.
Woo!
That's gonna be fun.
And what's the
Conjuring
name of
3.
it?
I
Do you
mean,
remember the name?
I've
Do you remember the name?
I do.
what was it?
The devil made me do it.
Mm-hmm.
Devil made me do it.
That's right.
Wow.
It's gonna be trials based.
Trials based.
I forget which trial it is.
So it's okay. So yeah, I did a little bit of research.
Ooh,
on the
ooh.
Because I remember a long time
I don't
ago,
remember
the
the
speculation
name.
was like it was like a werewolf.
It was
thing.
supposed to be
Yeah.
originally, but then they went with this story.
Yeah, they went with this
Okay, so what
story
is this
instead.
story?
Mm-hmm.
So it's based off of a case. It's the very first case I believe
Mm-hmm.
in like the what do you call it? judicials or
In law,
Are you
in
trying to say the
government,
Supreme Courts? Did it go all the way to the Supreme
I
Courts?
don't know. It went to some court.
judiciary.
But essentially,
Well,
it's the
that's
first time in
judicial
history
review.
that somebody used the devil made me do it
As
as a plea of like
Mhm.
not guilty.
Oh.
It's
and
not a
it's-
plea of insanity. It's a plea of the devil made me do
Yeah.
it.
And so basically, the whole movie is going to
Mhm.
be based around the Warrens case,
Mm-hmm.
where this
They defended this guy. Or
I
person-
don't know if they defended him, but I remember
They were probably brought on as experts.
Yeah.
And they
which
probably,
was really
yeah.
weird for them or for everybody because
Mhm.
they had to use demonologists. Which
crazy.
I'm like I'm not saying like I'm not discrediting the Warrens. I mean, good for
No,
them.
gosh, no.
Like so essentially what it was there was this family who lived in an apartment
Mm-hmm.
who the child started getting Pazuzu'd by some demon. So they call the
love
Warrens
that we use
in.
that as a verb.
It is.
Pazuzu'd.
Getting
And
Pazuzu'd.
so they call in the Warrens, and the Warrens end up doing an exorcism
Mhm.
on the child, which releases the demon from the body.
Mhm.
Right? Turns out the demon didn't go very far. It went into this
Oh.
other guy's body in the apartment. He goes crazy for like a month or something like that. Runs and kills the landlord of the apartment, and then they he committed murder. So they take him to court. And that's where our movie's set. Is
So court thing.
how do you explain
Dun.
how do you explain the fact that you were possessed by a demon and you killed somebody as a
And it's still expected to be coming out in September of this year.
That's cool. Wow, interesting, huh?
Yeah.
if you guys saw that photo that was released the Conjuring 3 thing?
Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
Is that just James Wan's house?
Yeah, that was James Wan's house, and he's just like, "Hey, look at my knives!
Look at
Look at my knives in the country. It's coming."
That's cool. I mean, I love the Conjuring series.
Yeah, so I'm trying to.
Those are two movies that were both equally made well. Really good. Like Insidious. The problem with Insidious, I think it kind of lost its mojo once we went to the guy who can't breathe well or whatever, the third one, and then Last Key was like.
What?
You mean Major Keys.
You're talking about Insidious right now.
You
Yeah,
didn't hear?
that's what
Did
he
you
said.
not just hear me say
Sorry,
Insidious?
because I'm reading this and I'm like, Josue was totally spot on about the young boy, then takes them beyond anything they've ever
That's
seen
because
before.
Josue knows his shit
Yeah,
most of the time.
Exactly. okay. Don't give him an ego.
I still see your shadow in my room.
Yeah, no, yeah. I love The Conjuring.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think The Conjuring stands up more than Insidious because
I do too.
Insidious is a work of fiction,
Yeah.
and The Conjuring is based loosely
Based, yes.
off of.
Now, was Valak part of that
Yes.
movie? Was she based on something, or was it was the other story that was based off of
Exactly.
something?
I'd pull back.
Because Valak was not.
I'd pull back on like, okay, sure. If we're just talking Conjuring movies, it's better than Insidious. But we remember the Conjuring universe includes
Oh, with Annabelle.
La Llorona,
Oh, fuck
both
off,
Annabelles, the Nun.
Oh yeah, the Nun movie wasn't good.
Oh man, what was the joke of the nun?
I'm not French. I'm French Canadian.
No, the Jesus one.
Oh God, the Jesus.
Jesus, no, holy, no,
Oh no,
oh no,
holy, no, yeah, holy
crap,
shit, the
no, yeah, holy
holiest.
shit, the holiest. Stupid, bro.
So you got those. Don't forget when
No,
you're
okay,
comparing
the
to
Conjuring
Insidious.
movies.
Okay.
The three that are coming out, this trilogy.
Okay. Because the
I
universe.
can't yeah, it's a universe.
Yeah, man.
Is Ouija part of that universe?
No.
No, but remember,
Ouija's
Ouija was like.
Part of its
We
own
thought that it
universe.
was gonna be.
It was
Yeah,
gonna
Ouija
be
because it's the two
An
movies.
extendo universe. Extendo
When are they all gonna just cross paths?
I mean,
Where Lee Wan Al is gonna
Well,
come?
they can't because Patrick Wilson can't play
himself.
Edward.
Oh, that would
And
be
the guy
fun.
from Insidious.
That would be
He has to
fun.
exercise himself. He's
Oh
like,
hell yeah! There's camera magic. There you go.
That'd be cool.
Digitally put his face on like
Nah,
a
because
body
that family
double.
was taken care of.
on
Remember
Leonardo's body.
that family was taken care of. It then it
Doesn't
moved
have a
on.
power show.
Yeah, we'll see Lee Wan Al though. Speck and
Tucker and Specs.
Tucker and Speck. There you
Mhm.
go. That would be dope.
Correction
Corona.
to Insidious. Lee Winnell was the one who created, not James Wan.
Yeah.
I didn't see.
I said
Insidious.
that.
Did you?
I said it was James Wan who did Insidious. I'm correcting myself.
James
Insidious.
Wan is the Conjuring man.
And
He's a-
they both worked on Saw together, but
And then they went.
Well, they worked on the first
the
first
two.
one.
yeah, the
I
first two
think.
that were good.
and then
Skin peel. Oh gosh, honestly that's still the worst. That one or the ring in the jaw and then literally ripping off. Those are the two worst torture devices for me.
I think any of
What's
those-
everybody's favorite Saw trap? How about that?
Good
Just
question.
go
My
around.
favorite Saw trap.
I enjoy the merry-go shotgun.
Oh, that's a good one.
But I think, in terms of pain,
Mm-hmm.
What was the needle one?
the needle one where
It was like there was a bunch of.
there's a key inside of the needles, and they'd have to like decide who goes in to find it, and the guy just
Like
like
throws her
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Yes, yeah,
I
and,
think her
and
name's
she
Anna,
goes,
right?
and she has it.
She
all over her.
becomes because she becomes the next disciple.
Yeah,
That's my favorite.
and he just
one.
throws her into the pit. I don't know. I don't think. I
Also
can
with the
shoot.
acid,
It's
with
so-
the angel wings, with the rib cage, and she has to dip her hand in the acid to get the key
The-
at the bottom.
the bear-
But that
bear-
one's unfair.
Yeah, because she won. She would have won, but yeah, Anna
Yeah.
rigged it.
The bear head one is
Oh, the reverse bear trap.
reverse bear trap. Is classic.
It is a classic.
I think the I like the one where they've got the things on their head and they have to cut off pieces of their body to feed to stop it. You remember that? So it's two people pit against each other, and
and they
it's
have
a
to
really
put their-
fat guy
Uh-huh.
and a really skinny girl,
Uh-huh.
and they have to. There's like a
Oh,
tube.
it's the blood, right? They have to donate blood.
It's not
Oh,
blood.
Not that one.
It's
okay.
pieces of meat that they have to put inside of the thing, and there's weights, and
Oh,
whoever's is heavier is
I don't remember that part. Oh my goodness.
doesn't get the
The drill.
drills in their head,
Mm-hmm.
and so the fat guy's like, ha ha ha, I'm gonna win because I'm fat, so I'm gonna cut off some of my fat.
Mhm.
But the girl goes, but he can't because it hurts him too much.
Uh-huh.
So she goes, you know what, YOLO. So she cuts her whole arm off
Uh-huh.
and throws it in the tube, and then the guy loses.
Oh, I don't remember that one.
And then it
Ah!
and it just
Wow.
goes in their head. Yeah.
Oh, gosh, yeah. I remember.
gross.
I think it was like the beginning of the fourth one with the jaw ripping off in the arms.
Shout out Saw, man. Those are great gore porn movies.
Yeah,
That is gore porn.
that is
I'd
Yeah.
say there's some gore porn aesthetic in
in Hereditary. I think that's just like a whole other-
Terrifier has some gore porn.
Terrifier is ridiculous.
It's redunculous.
I've tried so hard to get through that. I still
No.
can't.
Still can't.
I will never
I did.
ever
It's
watch
just
Terrifier.
gross.
It is.
I'm
It's
just like,
disgusting.
I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, okay,
No, it's
Okay.
gross.
okay. I don't know, man. Something about Art the Clown.
No, because we watched his like origin story. Remember when it was it's like All Hallows Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in a different movie.
Yeah, the
yeah,
first
yeah.
movie that he's in is
Yeah,
All
yeah, yeah.
Hallows Eve, and then he gets Terrifier.
Mm-hmm.
Is All Hallows Eve good?
we were scared.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I mean, if
pretty
you
good.
like Terrifier, you'll probably like it.
Yeah,
I'm okay. Terrifier is okay. It's just like,
it's just gore porn.
yeah, exactly.
It's
It's,
just-
a,
All
it's a
Hallows
literal
Eve is more
gore
like
porn.
a anthology. Like it's 3 different
If you
stories.
want gore porn, though.
I really don't.
Green Inferno.
Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
Green Inferno.
It's Eli Roth. That is best.
Yeah.
Well, you were watching yesterday. He watched the new Thor
Extraction.
movie, Extraction.
Oh, is that good? Is that any good?
It's
It's
okay.
it's a Russo brother movie, and it's
Yeah.
the shittiest Russo brother movie I've seen. I'm not, dude. No cap. Come on.
Well, yeah.
There
There's
is no cap in that. It's only Thor.
Zing.
It's so.
And
Yeah.
that's sort of like there's so much gore in that too.
The way that I'm gonna say it is the fact. what I'll say for Extraction is that the Russo brothers are great directors.
Yeah.
I think that they do great in
Not
Winter
writers.
Soldier, Civil War, and both Infinity War and Endgame. Great directors. I haven't seen 21 Bridges yet.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet. either.
But
that one looks good.
Extraction shows that they are way better behind the camera than in the writers' room.
Yeah, they do the
way
writers'
better.
room.
Extraction
I think
shows
this is
that
what I
they're
think what
men,
happened.
not gods.
Is they're writing stuff like that, and then they probably get in like an argument, and they just start fist fighting.
But
and
my
stuff.
favorite thing is that it's Anthony and Joe Russo, right? Those are the Russo brothers. But in the screenplay, it's just Joe Russo. Anthony wanted nothing to do with it. He was like, I'm not putting my name anywhere near this movie.
Interesting.
So it's
David Spade's in it. No, David Spade.
David Spade's in it.
You and I watch a completely different movie than if
David Harper's in it.
Yeah, David Harbour. Yeah,
Harbor.
Hopper.
Yeah,
Hopper's in
I
it.
mixed Harper.
You know what movie?
Hopper,
Speaking of Hopper, I saw a
Artsy.
movie with David Harbour, and I was like, "Holy shit, that's David Harbour!" The Green Hornet.
He's in the Green
He
Hornet.
is in the Green Hornet. Yes, he is. He's the one who hires.
He's the DA.
Yeah,
No
he gets the red guy
way.
to work
No. He gets. So he's
because
working
he wants to kill
with the red guy.
he's working with
His name is Bludnovsky.
Bludnovsky.
His name is Chudnovsky, but nobody can say Chudnovsky.
Bludnovsky.
So he after the Green Hornet becomes a thing, he names himself Bludnovsky. But yeah, he's in it, and I didn't realize until the very end. I'm sitting there, I'm like, this guy looks familiar, but I can't.
Because he's skinny and
he's skinny and
no
he's
facial hair.
Wow.
Yeah, he is babyface David Harbour.
She
That's
mentioned it, I
crazy.
remember.
That's crazy.
It's pretty cool.
I miss Stranger Things. It's sad
Do
that it
you,
won't come
Reno?
out. Yeah, it's sad that it won't come out until next year.
I could go a little bit time without Stranger Things right now.
Wow.
I know, I agree with you, Thomas. I also miss
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
Last season it was
meh.
It was
but
meh.
that's why I want to
I'm
see
like,
more of it. 'Cause I want
take
more.
I can take my little breather.
No, I want more of season 2 than that.
Because like we saw that there's other people with powers.
Mm-hmm.
Young baby David Harbour.
Wow!
You see it again?
Oh my goodness!
Young baby David
He
Harbour.
is so young in that. That's
Yeah,
crazy. That's crazy.
He looks older in this picture.
Oh my goodness, he does. Wow, that's crazy.
That's movie makeup at its
I think we're done, right? We had a pretty good podcast.
Yeah,
It's
it
about
was,
an hour long.
very-
It was a lot of Hereditary in it.
Yeah. We'll put timestamps.
Yeah, we'll put timestamps in this one. Don't worry,
If you
peeps.
want a whole recap of Hereditary. wait, and then I have to go back to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not great at telling a story.
No,
like
I
that 'cause it's just
honestly, if Michael Pena does not come back for Ant-Man 3, I think you should do it.
Why is that what he? I still haven't seen the second Ant-Man.
But you've seen the first one, right?
Yeah.
With the recap and everything.
Yes.
Yeah. So
I
you
could do it.
You could do that
I
job.
could do it.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I forgot.
All right. So, if you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. And if you're new to TLEV Horror, make sure to subscribe. But, of course, audio comes out always on Tuesday on Spotify. So, make sure to follow and rate us on Spotify and anywhere else.
You're the best.
Anything else we want to say, peeps? Yeah.
Our social media,
What's our-
TLEV Media,
Yeah.
all across the board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else
Buy
you
me a
got?
coffee.
Buy me a coffee.
Buy me a coffee.
Yeah,
This
buy
is-
me a coffee.
There's
actually.
another one that we haven't
We got a
talked
new donation.
Yeah, why don't you pull that up? So buy me a coffee. Folks, we are really close to our first tier. That's pretty good.
We're already at $69, guys.
Nice.
Whoa.
Nice. That is
very
amazing.
awesome.
Lamau.
So, of course, for those of you who want to know, Buy Me a Coffee is a donation that you could do. It's a site that you can donate to help support TLEV, our content, and also potential future of TLEV. Right. Really, the main point is that with your support, we're hoping to build enough funds for us to go to HHN Orlando this year, and that's really what our focus is. So, Buy Me a Coffee. You can buy us a coffee, and of course, a coffee is $3, so you can get us 1, 3, or 5. So $3, $9, or $15, or you can put other.
So we got a
Did we
donation,
just get a donation? Yeah, what did we
from Miguel Hernandez.
Miguel Hernandez,
Shout out
thank
Five
you
coffees,
so
very-
much.
Thank you. He's a big fan and hope you guys keep doing what you guys are doing. Hopefully get to meet you guys someday.
Absolutely, Miguel. We'll make sure that happens.
And the other person is like anonymous and bought you 5 coffees.
Anonymous bought us 5
So,
coffees.
yeah.
That's it. Well,
Wow.
whoever
Said
bought
nothing.
us 5 coffees.
Thank you so
for
much,
that.
Anonymous.
So
Yeah.
those are our 2 recent ones right there. So that was $30
That's great.
right there.
Wow. Thank you all so much for
Yeah.
that donation. And of course, all that's going straight to our HHN Orlando tickets and to our plane tickets and everything. For those who won't need a refresher, the different tiers. Tier 1, I shave my face. Tier 2, That's why he dyes his hair any color but pink.
But pink.
And then tier 3, Mr. E is gonna pierce his ears
Big
because
old
he's
lobes.
a villain in a Karate Kid movie.
Yes.
Daniel-san.
Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Let us know in the comments section down below what was your favorite part about this podcast. Maybe give us some.
Hereditary.
Yeah, Hereditary was a big part of it.
Yes, it was.
And of course, I'm Thomas.
I'm Mr. E.
And I'm Josue.
And always remember, horror fans do it best.
Buy me a coffee.
Stay safe.
Buy me a coffee. Buy
Wash
me a coffee.
Ya damn hands.
With coffee.
With coffee, guys.
Bye.